Okay, great. So now you got yourself all oriented in here, you know how to use some of the machines, and most often the next question I get is, how many reps should I be doing? How many sets should I be doing? How much weight should I be doing? How much, how many, all of these kind of quantitative measurements. What we're gonna go over in these next several videos are what I call the execution essentials, how to make every single rep that you do count as opposed to just counting the reps. I even have it hanging up on the wall here in case you ever forget that it's not about how much you're doing, it's about how you are doing what you are doing that matters the most. In terms of how much weight it is or how many reps it is or how many sets they are that you're doing, none of that really matters if you're not doing them the way that you need to be doing them. So what does that actually mean? Well, first I'm going to show you a set on here where I don't pay attention to any of the execution essentials, where I just kind of get on the machine and do something you might see in a more traditional gym, but what we're going to definitely try to stay away from in here on these machines, where someone just kind of saddles up to the machine and they're like, sweet, machine, I can't wait to use it. I'm going to get on it and then we're just going to go 1, awesome, 2, nice, 3, 4, 5, cool. I did 5 reps. Did you really? Was that really 5 reps, or was that just 5 times of you kind of tossing things back and forth and making exactly 0 of those reps count for pretty much anything at all besides maybe wasting your time? Now I'm going to show you how to focus on these 6 execution essentials. The 6 essentials are making sure that we're set up properly on the machine, which is what we spent some time going over, how to get the machine in the right spot for you, but you always want to slow down and make sure that you're actually doing so. The second one is how we initiate the movement and our intention with the movement. So are we initiating with the correct muscles, and are we intending to move in the desired path of motion, or are we intending to just move the machine back and forth? You can think about moving the machine back and forth and have literally anything happen to try and accomplish moving the weight up and down, or you can get very, very focused on inside of my body. What am I trying to do with my body that happens to be attached to the machine, that happens to be attached to weight, that is what's challenging my body to do so. So intention and initiation being the second essential. The third one is focusing on contraction, not just at the beginning, but through every single fraction of an inch on the way over in that rep and every single fraction of an inch on the way back. Every single time you do a rep, focusing on contracting the muscles the entire time. The fourth essential is going to be the tempo that we select, which is usually slower than you're ever usually doing things or you've become accustomed to. The fifth one is going to be how do we select the proper range of motion? Most people think we got to do a full range of motion for it to be effective. Full range of motion is only good if the full range of motion is challenged, and the full range of motion is not challenged if you're not executing the other essentials properly. So we'll go over kind of what that looks like too in successive videos. And then the sixth one is just quality over quantity. You know, I'd rather have you do 4 awesome reps than do 12 garbage reps and think because you did more, it's better. So now I'm going to show you what this machine looks like when I get on there and actually buckle down and focus on all of the execution essentials. Same exact weight, same exact machine, same exact number of reps, but a completely different result when we actually buckle down and hone in on all 6 of these essentials at the same time. So I get myself on the machine, I've made sure that the seat is in the right spot, the starting knob is in the same spot, I get myself nice and locked in, squared up to the machine, I initiate the movement, squeezing through my abs and my obliques. I'm intending to spin my rib cage on top of my fixed pelvis. 1. I'm focusing on contraction not just on the way over, but on the way back too. I'm using the proper tempo. 2, not using the inertia and the momentum to lift the weight up and down. I'm not trying to force too much range of motion. 3, I'm operating through what I can comfortably. 4, and quality over quantity, making the last rep the best rep. 5, and controlling it all the way down to the end. So hopefully you can tell the difference between that first set I showed you, where I was focusing on 0 of the 6 essentials, and that second set I showed you, where I was focusing on all of them. I know my body can tell the difference. I felt a bunch of awesome stuff happening in here. My back popped a little bit. Bunch of awesome things happen when you focus on those essentials. Focusing on all 6 of them, on every exercise you get into, is difficult. This thing wants absolutely nothing to do with that second set that I just did. But the important thing is strength training, the entire point is to intentionally make things difficult, to create a challenge that's a stress to your body so it has to adapt and get stronger. Keeping in mind that this thing always, always, always wants the opposite of that, which is to make it easy. So it's always in your best interest to make sure you're buckling down on all 6 of these essentials, and in these next few videos, we're going to go over a little bit more in depth what all 6 of those essentials look like on a couple of the different machines in here.